The nature of human perception and its relationship to our understanding of reality is a captivating and multifaceted subject that intertwines first-person perception and the elusive nature of reality. In this discussion, we'll explore how our perception shapes our experience of reality, and whether there is such a thing as an entirely objective reality. Howdy, I'm just some random nude dude sitting in my closet talking to myself. It's also where I celebrate the power of free thinking and encourage bold ideas. As a society, we're often afraid to challenge the norms and think outside the box. But here, I embrace the unconventional. So sit back, relax, and join me on this journey of exploration, where we embrace our inner nude dude and push boundaries to discover new perspectives. In the intricate tapestry of human existence, our perception plays a pivotal role in shaping our understanding of the world. It's a subject that delves into the heart of philosophical and scientific exploration, challenging our notions of reality, knowledge, and the very essence of consciousness. This comprehensive discussion navigates through the multifaceted terrain of perception and reality. We begin by unraveling the concept of first-person perception, where the unique lens through which each individual encounters the world is examined. It's a dynamic process of sensory input, cognitive filters, and emotional responses, highlighting the rich diversity of human perspectives and the subjectivity inherent in our perception of the world. Temporal binding, a fascinating phenomenon in neuroscience, steps into the spotlight next. It's the intricate dance between our perception and the flow of time, creating the illusion of real-time experience. This concept not only shapes our senses of continuity, but also underlines the inherent subjectivity of the present moment, where the way we perceive now is subtly influenced by our individual processing speeds. From the individual realm of perception, we transition into the expansive realm of reality itself. The elusive nature of reality becomes the focal point, where we explore how the perspective of the observer can influence what we consider to be objective reality. This idea challenges the existence of a singular objective reality and underscores the subjectivity inherent in our perception of the world. As we journey further into this discourse, we encounter the profound assertion that perception is reality. This concept reveals that our subjective experience, informed by our perception, is a fundamental aspect of our reality. It emphasizes the intricate relationship between perception and reality, both at the individual and collective levels, inviting us to ponder the influence of subjectivity on our understanding of the world. The philosophy and science of perception form the backbone of this exploration, bridging the realms of philosophy, particularly epistemology and metaphysics, with the insights from science, including the observer effect in quantum mechanics. This interplay encourages us to reflect on the complex relationship between human consciousness, perception, and the nature of the universe. Throughout this comprehensive journey, we contemplate practical implications, how our perceptions shape our decisions and actions, and the boundaries of human knowledge. Ultimately, this discussion invites us to embrace the beauty and mystery of human experience as we navigate the intricate web of perception and its profound influence on our perception of reality. It's a thought-provoking exploration into the very essence of what it means to be conscious beings in a world shaped by our perception. Our perception of the world is inherently subjective. When we talk about first-person perception, we're delving into the unique and individual experience of each person. It's how you see, hear, taste, touch, and feel the world around you. This perspective is inherently personal and can vary from one person to another. It's like your own unique lens through which you interpret the world. First-person perception is the intimate and deeply personal lens through which each of us encounters and interacts with the world. It's a remarkable facet of human consciousness, shaping our understanding of reality in ways that are both fascinating and diverse. Every moment of your life, your senses are hard at work, gathering an immense amount of information from your environment. You see the colors and shapes of the objects around you, hear the sounds of your surroundings, taste the flavors of the food you eat, touch the textures of surfaces, and feel a wide range of emotions. However, these sensory inputs are not simply recorded like a camera capturing images. They pass through the intricate cognitive and emotional filters of your mind. This filtering process is where first-person perception takes shape. Your brain doesn't just record raw data. It interprets and organizes it based on your unique cognitive framework and emotional responses. This means that two people looking at the same painting may have vastly different interpretations and emotional responses because their personal filters lead them to perceive different aspects of the artwork. The subjective nature of first-person perception means that your experience of reality is inherently individual. While we share a common world, our engagement with it is deeply personal. For example, a rainbow in the sky is the result of the interaction between sunlight and raindrops. But how you see that rainbow depends on your position, the angle of the sun, and even your emotional state at the moment of observation. No two people will perceive it exactly the same way. Furthermore, your memories and past experiences play a significant role in shaping your first-person perception. They influence how you interpret and react to new experiences. For instance, the smell of a particular flower might evoke strong emotions or memories in one person, while it might be entirely different for someone else. Your past experiences create a unique context that colors your perception of the present. One of the remarkable aspects of first-person perception is its multisensory nature. You don't just experience the world through one sense at a time. Your senses work in harmony. This allows you to create a richer and more nuanced perception of reality. For example, the taste of a dish isn't just about the flavors. It's also influenced by the aroma, texture, and even the ambiance of the environment where you're eating. Understanding the subjectivity of first-person perception can lead to a deeper appreciation of the diversity of human experiences. It's a reminder that our perceptions are inherently personal, and our understanding of reality is shaped by our unique cognitive and emotional filters. While it can present challenges, especially in communication and empathy, it's also what makes each person's perspective of the world so beautifully distinctive. Temporal binding plays a crucial role in this perception. It creates the illusion of a continuous, real-time experience, even though our perception is inherently delayed due to the time it takes our brains to process sensory information. This means that our experience of now is, in reality, a processed version of the immediate past. Temporal binding is a fascinating phenomenon that plays a central role in the way we experience the world, and it's closely connected to our subjective experience. It's a complex interplay between perception and the flow of time that shapes our sense of reality. Temporal binding begins in the brain, which acts as a remarkable timekeeping mechanism. It processes the vast amount of sensory information it receives and synchronizes these inputs in a way that creates the illusion of a continuous and real-time experience. In essence, it's like a masterful editor, weaving together the fragments of sensory data into a coherent narrative. One of the most intriguing aspects of temporal binding is how it can create the illusion of a seamless, real-time experience. When you interact with the world, it often feels as though events are unfolding in the present, even though there's always a slight delay between the external event and your conscious awareness of it. This illusion of now is essential in our ability to navigate the world effectively and make split-second decisions. Temporal binding introduces a subjectivity to the concept of now. While now for one person may align with their personal experiences, for another it could be slightly different. This subjectivity highlights that the perception of now isn't an absolute point in time, but is influenced by individual differences in processing speed and the unique way each person's brain manages sensory data. Temporal binding also has a close relationship with memory. As your brain synchronizes sensory inputs, it's simultaneously creating memories of those experiences. These memories, intertwined with the temporal aspect of perception, contribute to your understanding of the world. When you recall a past event, your memory reconstructs the sensory elements, and this reconstruction is also subject to the influence of temporal binding, affecting how you remember that event. Temporal binding shapes your personal experience of reality in significant ways. It ensures that your perception is a coherent and meaningful narrative rather than a fragmented sequence of events. The synchronicity of sensory data gives you a sense of continuity, allowing you to feel that you're living in the present, even if your perception is, in essence, a processed version of the recent past. The role of temporal binding has philosophical implications as well. It prompts us to question the nature of time, and whether our perception is a true representation of objective reality. In the context of the discussion about the elusive nature of reality, temporal binding underscores the present as we experience it in a construct influenced by the way our brains process sensory information. The idea of an objective reality is a philosophical and scientific challenge. The nature of reality itself can be elusive, as what we consider to be objective often depends on the perspective of the observer. Different individuals may experience the same external reality differently based on their unique positions, both physically and mentally. This subjectivity leads to the question of whether there's a singular objective reality that exists independently of perception. The concept of the elusive nature of reality delves into the profound and often perplexing idea that our understanding of what constitutes objective reality can vary based on the perspective of the observer. It challenges the notion of a single, objective reality and highlights the subjectivity inherent in how we perceive the world. The elusive nature of reality recognizes that the way we define reality can differ from one person to another, depending on their unique position, both physically and mentally. In other words, the same external reality may appear differently to different individuals based on their personal context, experiences, and interpretations. For example, an event witnessed by multiple people can lead to a variety of descriptions and understandings, each shaped by the individual perspective. See the movie Vantage Point for a really good example. This variety is closely tied to perception. Our perception of reality is inherently subjective. It's influenced by our senses, cognitive filters, and emotional responses, all of which contribute to the way we interpret and experience the world. The differences in how people perceive the same event underscore the subjectivity of human perception and the idea that reality is, to a significant extent, a construct of individual experiences. The notion of an objective reality independent of human perception has been a subject of debate in philosophy and science. Some argue that there is a singular external reality that exists regardless of our observation, while others posit that reality is inherently tied to the act of perception. This debate touches on fundamental questions about the nature of knowledge and whether we can ever truly access an objective reality beyond our own perspectives. In practical terms, societies and cultures often rely on a consensus reality to facilitate communication and interaction. Consensus reality is a shared framework of beliefs and understandings that allows people to cooperate and function collectively. While it's based on shared perceptions and experiences, it can also be influenced by cultural norms, scientific understandings, and societal values. The elusive nature of reality leads us deep into the heart of philosophical discussions on epistemology, the study of knowledge, and metaphysics, the study of the fundamental nature of reality. Philosophers have pondered questions such as, can we ever access an objective reality? Is reality shaped by our collective perceptions? Does the act of observation itself influence reality? These inquiries are at the core of the philosophical quest to unravel the true nature of the world. It's been suggested that, in many ways, our perception is our reality. It's a lens through which we interact with the world and make decisions. This raises the question of whether perception itself defines our personal reality, and if so, how our collective perception creates a consensus reality that we use for communication and interaction. The concept that perception is reality delves into the intriguing idea that our subjective experience, informed by our perception, is a fundamental aspect of our reality. It highlights the intricate relationship between our perception of the world and how we navigate and understand the reality we encounter. Perception acts as a unique lens through which we interact with the world. It's not merely a passive process of absorbing sensory information. It's an active and dynamic interpretation. Everything you see, hear, taste, touch, and feel is filtered through your personal cognitive and emotional framework. This filtering process shapes your experience of the world and leads to the richness and diversity of human perspectives. In essence, your perception is your immediate reality. It's what you use to make sense of your surroundings, make decisions, and engage with others. When you look at a beautiful sunset, it's your perception that transforms the interplay of light, atmosphere, and colors into a breathtaking and meaningful experience. Perception doesn't exist in isolation. It's deeply influenced by your memories and past experiences. Your personal history creates a unique context for your perceptions. For example, the smell of a particular flower might evoke vivid memories or strong emotions, making your perception of that scent deeply personal. While each individual has their own perception, there's also a shared dimension to reality. This shared reality is the result of collective experiences and understandings. It's what allows people to communicate, collaborate, and establish social norms. It's a consensus reality built on shared perceptions that forms the foundations of our social interactions. Perception as reality highlights the profound role of subjectivity in shaping our understanding of the world. It encourages us to recognize that each person's experience is their own, influenced by their unique cognitive and emotional filters. It's what makes our perspectives beautifully distinctive and underscores the importance of empathy and understanding in our interactions with others. This concept raises profound philosophical questions about the nature of knowledge and reality. It prompts us to ponder whether there is an absolute objective reality beyond our perceptions, and whether our understanding of the world is a construction of our individual and collective experiences. In the realm of quantum physics, this idea resonates with the observer effect, suggesting that our observations can influence the outcomes we perceive. The discussion of first-person perception and the elusive nature of reality is deeply philosophical, delving into the realms of epistemology and metaphysics. It also has connections to the observer effect in quantum mechanics, where the act of observation influences the outcome. These philosophical and scientific insights prompt us to reflect on the interplay between what we perceive and what exists independently of our perception. The philosophy and science of perception represent a fascinating journey into the profound questions surrounding how we understand and engage with the world. It's an exploration that bridges the realms of philosophy, particularly epistemology and metaphysics, with insights from science, including the observer effect in quantum mechanics. Epistemology is the branch of philosophy dedicated to understanding the nature of knowledge. It delves into questions like, what can we know? How do we acquire knowledge? How reliable are our senses and perceptions as sources of knowledge? These inquiries are foundational to the philosophy of perception. It encourages us to consider the reliability and limitations of our senses as tools for grasping reality. Metaphysics explores the fundamental nature of reality, including questions about the nature of existence and the relationship between what exists and what we perceive. When we discuss the nature of perception and reality, we enter into the realm of metaphysics. Metaphysical discussions often contemplate the nature of reality and the extent to which it's shaped by our perceptions. In the world of science, particularly in quantum mechanics, the observer effect is the concept that aligns with the philosophy of perception. It suggests that the act of observation can influence the outcomes of quantum experiments. The notion challenges our understanding of the objective reality of the quantum world and suggests that our observations play an active role in shaping what we perceive as reality. The philosophy and science of perception demonstrate how these two domains intersect and inform each other. Philosophical discussions prompt us to ponder questions about the reliability of our senses and the nature of perception. Scientific findings, like the observer effect, provide concrete examples of how the act of observation influences the quantum world. This interplay encourages us to reflect on the intricate relationship between the human mind, perception, and the nature of the universe. These discussions have practical implications too. They prompt us to consider the implications of our perceptions, both individually and collectively. How do our perceptions shape our understanding of the world? And how does this understanding influence our decisions and actions? The philosophy and science of perception are a journey into the profound and often paradoxical nature of our consciousness. These explorations invite us to ponder the boundaries of human knowledge and the extent to which our perception is a reliable window into reality. They also remind us of the beauty and mystery of the human experience as we navigate the complex interplay between perception and the nature of the world. Our exploration of perception and reality has taken us on a captivating journey through the intricacies of human consciousness. As we conclude this comprehensive discussion, we reflect on the profound insights and questions that have arisen from our exploration. The concept of first-person perception has illuminated the unique lens through which each individual encounters the world. It's a reminder that our perceptions are inherently personal, shaped by our cognitive and emotional filters. This subjectivity enriches our human experience, making each person's perspective beautifully distinctive. Temporal binding has demonstrated how the interplay between perception and time creates the illusion of real-time experience. It's a reminder that our perception is not a direct window into the present, but a subtle construct shaped by the synchronization of sensory inputs. This understanding adds depth to the subjectivity of the present moment. The elusive nature of reality has challenged our understanding of what constitutes objective reality. It has highlighted how the perspective of the observer can influence what we consider to be real. This idea encourages us to contemplate the intricate relationship between our perception and the external world and raises questions about the true nature of reality. The assertion that perception is reality has shed light on how our subjective experiences, informed by our perception, shape our understanding of the world. It's a reminder that our individual and collective realities are deeply influenced by the way we perceive. This concept has encouraged us to embrace the diversity of human perspectives and the profound influence of perception on our perception of reality. The philosophy and science of perception have provided a bridge between these explorations, encouraging us to reflect on the boundaries of human knowledge and the interplay between our consciousness and the nature of the universe. It's a reminder that our perception is both a profound tool for understanding and a source of intriguing questions about the nature of reality. Our journey through perception and reality is a testament to the complexity and beauty of human consciousness. It reminds us that the world we encounter is deeply shaped by our perception, and our understanding of reality is a tapestry woven from the threads of subjectivity and shared experiences. As we navigate this intricate web, we are invited to ponder the boundaries of knowledge, the role of perception in our decisions and actions, and the enigmatic essence of our conscious experience. Ultimately, it's a celebration of the wonder and mystery of being sentient beings in a world where perception and reality dance in a perpetual embrace. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you found this video informative and thought-provoking. This is the point where others tell you, if you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel for more content just like this. But we know that kind of thing is for losers. Don't be a loser. And as always, I welcome your feedback and ideas for future videos in the comments section below. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep embracing your inner nude, dude.